you from downtown Los Angeles. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull, Jay Williams. And Jay, once you beat the traffic, this is one of the great stops in the NBA.
When you step your foot on that purple and gold floor, you know you have to bring your A game. Plus, your trash-talking A game to all the celebrities sitting courtside, Ed.
It's the definition of showtime. Let's do this. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Beverly. Good for three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Oh, they called the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Shut up.
A shot no good there for Kuzma. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Over the line. Backcourt violation. Leonard. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want.
Buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
To James. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
From the painted area, won't go down. Lakers at the controls right now. To James. Sizing up the defense.
Screen right.
James to Danny Green. Going to launch beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Kawhi Leonard. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. Free throws coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Danny Green, knocked loose. Strong finish for Paul George.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Anthony Davis, tough matchup against George. To Kyle Kuzma. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down, Ed, when you come into my town.
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Here comes the screen. Danny Green to Kyle Kuzma. And he hits.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To George.
Number 14, Danny Green.
Fires the three. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Kyle Kuzma. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Paul George. Add 2 points to the board.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
To Cousins. Gets it in the left corner. Caldwell Pope. Nobody even close. Count the basket for Caldwell Pope.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
So we ask that all smoking take place in the designated areas located outside of the arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
New blood coming in for both sides.
For the Los Angeles Lakers, number 23, LeBron James.
LA Clippers with the basketball. George, he was all over him. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. To James. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
George. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Slam dunk. Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. That ends the first quarter, and it's deadlocked, all tied up. All's our score after one. Let's do it here in the second quarter. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly. Now that's a contest. Danny Green, deep left corner. And scores, plus the foul. Patented move for Anthony Davis, and a chance at 3.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Beverly to Williams. Nice pass to set things up. Beverly shot no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Leonard. From long range. And Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that end.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard. That's how you defend. To Davis. LeBron James. He's now 4 for 6.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
To Davis. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. Has a look. A shot, no good by Green.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropped.
Won't go down. To Davis. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Anthony Davis. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Paul George snatching it out of the air. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. "24-second violation." To Leonard. 4-3. That's good D. Shot no good. James into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Kyle Kuzma. Goes to the left side.
Hey, watch this screen left.
1 minute left in the second quarter. Right.
Danny Green to Kyle Kuzma. Montrezl Harrell pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Leonard. Off the iron. No good. To James.
I got him.
Kyle Kuzma buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
George. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Davis. Kawhi Leonard swats it.
Here we go. We got some.
George. Well defended. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Lakers have the lead. set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Leonard to Paul George. Oh, ferocious slam inside. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
It's James. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
When cold shooting like this starts in the second half, maybe utilize a head fake. Get that defender in the air, jump into him, create some contact, get to the free throw line.
LeBron with it up top. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter.
Take that, take that.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Kawhi Leonard, 4 out of 10.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Clippers have it to George. Fires the three, cleans it up, and a putback slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Oh, nice swat.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Lays it up and in.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Even to Zubats with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Caldwell Pope. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Defense. Do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
George, not easy.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
That is great vision to set it up. Kyle Kuzma, it's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Leonard. Message received. Well defended. To Caldwell Pope. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
To James. Cousins, and that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For Los Angeles, number 23, Louis Williams. Subbing in for the Lakers, number 14, Danny Green.
It's LA Clippers ball. Williams to Leonard. Probing the defense. Not going down for him this time.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
James to Danny Green. And scores. Strong take.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
LeBron into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. To Cousins. Gets it in the left corner. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
James here against Harkless. Oh, whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Entering the game for number 7.
LeBron here against Harkless. Down to 5 on the 24. To James. Oh, Harkless sends it away. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. And it's Harkless who gathers the rebound. Add 2 points to the board.
The assist from number 40, Ivica Zubac.
Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. This game is all tied up. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter, and this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ballgame.
LA Clippers with the basketball. George, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Deep left corner, and that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers, so it stays with the LA Lakers. James, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
Clippers have got it.
Neck and neck, they couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Strong finish for Paul George.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
George buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
But I don't put that on the shooter, Ed. I put that on the passer. You have to put your players in the best possible position to score the ball. You know that's not a strength of his.
now ready to shoot at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Oops, he missed the first one. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
Subbing in for LA, number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
James here against Tarkless. To Danny Green.
Big pick right there.
James. Not that time. He misses. To Leonard. For 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
DeMarcus Cousins sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And scores at the basket. Jay, tough recovery that time.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
And count the basket.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Clippers have it. George. Lets it fly from long range. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
And here's the setup.